My name is Ed Moak. I'm Vice President of Professional Services here at Index Engines. In our session today, I want to talk about legacy backup management and the Index Engine solutions to help our customers be able to manage their legacy environments while moving to best-in-breed backup applications. The challenges that our customers face today are many. The first and foremost is the legacy backups and the valuable data that's maintained on those legacy backups for long-term retention and also as a cheap archive. That data is locked up in proprietary formats that only the original backup application can get access to. They're often stuck with long-term and expensive annual software maintenance agreements just to be able to maintain the access to those legacy tapes while not actually deploying or backing up on an active basis. They have to maintain the legacy environments, not only the backup application environments, but the hardware and software applications for the clients that they're going to do restorations for. And they're stuck with the traditional restoration process, which is often complex and yields to long time to data. Index Engines has a solution for legacy backup management. For the legacy backups that exist today, we provide the ability to access that legacy backup and the data on those old backup tapes. We're able to unlock the proprietary formats of all the major backup applications. We can eliminate those annual software maintenance contracts and be able to retire those legacy environments, both the backup application environments as well as the old software and hardware environments that they need to be able to do restorations for. And we're able to replace the traditional restoration process and eliminate that process altogether. The first step in managing those legacy backup catalogs is to actually do the ingestion of the catalog information in the legacy backup environments prior to the elimination of those old environments. Let me take you through that process right now.
Let's talk about the architecture for the Index Engine solution. The architecture is deployed in two different form factors. One is as a hardware-based solution, hardware supplied by the customer, and software supplied by Index Engines. The other instance is a virtual instance, a virtual appliance. Again, the virtual machine supplied by the customer and the Index Engine software supplied by Index Engines. In both cases, we have access to a tape library or tape drives, either via fiber channel, SCSI, or SAS connection. Let's talk about the workflow for ingesting the catalog data from the existing legacy backup environment. The first step is to establish that connection from the Index Engine server to in this case, the IBM TSM environment. Could be IBM TSM or currently Symantec Net Backup. We're going to access the catalog database and apply queries to that catalog database and ingest that information into the Index Engine server, where that data is then indexed and ready to be searchable. Once the data is validated that it's all been ingested from the existing legacy backup environment, that backup environment can be decommissioned at that point in time and taken off the data center floor. There's no need for that environment anymore at this point to be able to manage your long-term data migration and/or backup and restoration requests. The next step, to be able to satisfy those backup and restoration requests or to get a better view into the data that's on that legacy tapes, is to use the Index Engine search interface, is to search for files for a restoration request, or to be able to profile the catalog data and be able to identify files that you want to move off into the Index Engine's archive. Once the data is identified for the specific files you want to satisfy a backup or a restoration request for, the tapes that those files are contained on are then identified, and only those tapes are then loaded into the library and indexed by the Index Engine software. This indexing is a full content indexing and allows us access to that legacy data directly from tape, eliminating that restoration process. Once the data is indexed, the file is identified, the data can then be restored directly to disk from the tape. Only those files are being moved from tape to the disk. Again, this is totally different from the existing traditional restoration process. The files can be moved to disk either natively or they can be placed onto disk in the index engine's single instance archive.
Now that you've seen the workflow of the index engine's catalog management solution, let's review the summary of the solution of the index engine's legacy backup management. We allow the customer the ability to manage that legacy catalog long-term, be able to ingest that catalog and use that catalog data to identify valuable data that you need off of tape and be able to get that data off of tape long-term without the backup application. We're going to eliminate the legacy software totally from the data center floor. We're going to allow streamlined access to that legacy data to be able to look at that data, profile that data, cull that data down, and identify data that's important to the business long-term, and be able to migrate that data off to a single instance online archive, whether it be to implement information governance and security policies, be identify data for e-discovery and legal events and put that data on hold in the archive. Many different reasons, many different ways to be able to migrate that data to tape and maintain access and apply retention policies to that data long term. In addition, you'll be able to recoup the offsite tape storage costs and be able to repurpose that money within your organization.